Hello, friends. Good morning and happy new year of 2025. I want us to discuss about whether drugs are key to real living. Likely, you have drugs, tranquilizers, pep pills of some kind in your home. And for today, many of us live in a drug obsessed society. For example, in the United States, sales of the drugs industry have increased more than 30-fold since World War II. According to research, Dr. Michelle S. Rosetto said that in a recent year, enough mood-altering drugs were prescribed by doctors to keep every man and woman and child in the United States either up, down, or out of it for the solid month. Most drugs are prescribed for adults, but in some countries, youths are consuming a big share of them to enjoy themselves. They are also using other drugs that are generally produced for medical use, including heroin, LSD, and marijuana. Some youths may have inclined to reasons if growing up, if grown-ups take pills, use tobacco, or get drunk, why shouldn't I enjoy myself smoking marijuana or taking drugs? What do you think? Do you feel that drugs are a key to enjoying life more fully? Drugs, actually, there is a wide range of drugs that persons turn to for kicks or pleasure. You may already have heard much about them, but take a few moments to review on what they are. There are barbiturates, sometimes called downers. These are sedatives which doctors may prescribe to induce sleep. There are more than 24 types of them and over 525 tons. They are produced each year in the United States alone. A large part of the supply is diverted into illegal channels. There are also many stimulants used, commonly known as pep pills or the uppers. Amphetamines are the principal ones actually, and some doctors prescribe them to suppress the appetite, reduce fatigue, or relieve depression. However, it is estimated that half the legally manufactured amphetamines find their way into illegal channels. LSD is the most potent of the dozens of drugs that bring on hallucinations. In recent years, many underground laboratories have begun making it. It produces weird effects in users. Vision is particularly altered. Illusions and hallucinations can occur even months after taking the last dose. On a bad trip, what a person sees in visions may be terrifying. Marijuana, this is a bit common also even here in Africa. It is a product of the cannabis plant and is one of the most widely used drugs. Do you know of the persons who have smoked it, especially young people, even our fathers and our mothers? Its effect is milder than that of LSD, although it too produces a distortion of the senses. When one is smoking marijuana, few minutes may seem like an hour. Sound and colors may seem intensified. Let's look at heroin. Heroin is made from morphine, which comes from the opium poppy, and it is a particularly dangerous drug. Persons may become addicted after injecting it only a few times, going through terrible withdrawal pains unless unless they get more. When people are addicted to heroin, it can destroy their will and capacity to learn. They become slaves to a habit that slowly destroys them. A New York congressman wrote, "Heroin has destroyed the functioning of our school system." There are, of course, other drugs that many people think give them more out of life. Cocaine is one of these, nicotine in tobacco is another. And I'm wondering, should you use these drugs? As we have seen in the previous talks that I have been giving, the Bible does not condemn moderate use of alcoholic beverages, which can relax a person and make his heart rejoice. It is then proper or wise to use any of these many different drugs in an effort to make life more satisfying. You can even use it if you are sick, but not just to wake up and choose that you want to be using drugs even when you have no problem at all. Drugs evidently have their place, and a doctor may sometimes prescribe one for you because of a health problem. If you are in excruciating pain, a doctor might give you a shot of morphine to provide relief. Barbiturates and amphetamines have undoubtedly helped some patients with medical problems. Also, heroin is used in some places to relieve the suffering of terminally ill cancer patients. But on the other hand, drugs are doing terrible harm to millions. About 1 million persons in the United States are reportedly barbiturate addicts, with over 3,000 dying each year from overdoses. Addiction to heroin not only results in many deaths a day due to overdoses, but has turned tens of thousands into dangerous criminals. To support their expensive habits, actually, addicts steal more than $3 million in property in New York City on the average every day. What does this mean? Should drugs be abolished? Not necessarily, since many drugs can serve a good purpose, but the problem is the widespread misuse or abuse of them. And millions of persons use them where no treatment for illness is involved and in large doses never intended in medical use. Often the user simply desires to get a dreamy feeling or even go into some sort of trance, and I'm wondering if such use is justified. What do you think? I want us in our next video, which I will publish tomorrow, we are going to look at the effects of these particular drugs that I talked about on the body. Thank you so much for listening in, and I hope you were watching and enjoying the beauty of nature, the beauty of creation. You're looking at the bees, looking at the beautiful compound. And at the beginning of this video, there was millet. Millet is a traditional food in Uganda, and it is really, really good if you eat it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Happy New Year.